Hello friends, it's Deb from Cooking with Mo and Deb. You like my Life is Good shirt, my kitty cat with Christmas lights? I think it's cute. I'm making a dessert for you. It's too good not to share, so let me tell you about it. It's a 4-layer chocolate dessert. I bet a bunch of you like chocolate. Well, it's got some chocolate in it, it's got some cream cheese in it, it's got some nuts in it, and let me show you how it goes. So to your mixer, you're going to add a stick of butter and 1 cup of sugar. 1 cup of flour, all-purpose flour. And I think I'm just going to put this in a little at a time. I'm not going to drop it all in just yet. Put about half of it in. And 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. I don't have pecans today, so I am using walnuts just because I had just a little bit left over and I want to use them up. I think walnuts will be fine, and I chopped them up pretty small. This is your crust. This is your layer 1 of your 4 layers. So I wanted the pecans to be fairly small. So we're going to turn on the mixer and let the mixer do its thing. And go ahead and add in some more flour. And let's see, you can't really see that good, but so the mixer is mixing, and we'll let it go until it blends all that together. And we're going to put it into an 8.5 by 11 pan. We'll go into the 350-degree oven. I've got that heating right now. Look, you can see how it's getting very crumbly. I'll turn it up a little. Okay, I think we're done. So let me turn off the mixer, and we'll get the crust out. Well, there came my power. All right, so I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna move my baking dish over. So we're just gonna pour this all into the baking dish. You don't have to spray it. If you got butter in your crust, it'll all come out fine. So with your hands, we're just going to spread it. Spread it out to the edges as far as you can get it. And I don't like this to be really thick, so I do like to try to spread it out a lot and let it be kind of thin. It'll thicken up a little bit when you're baking it. And I just don't like to have a really thick crust with this dessert because I love the fillings. So that's why I continue to press this out till I get it really, really thin. It's gonna bake for about 20 minutes at a 350-degree oven. It'll get a little brown, and then you're gonna wanna cool it before you can add your fillings. There's 3 layers to go. So this will go in the oven and bake for just a few minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll show you the fillings, okay? I will be right back. So that's layer number 2. You want to change your paddle wheel out to use your whisk, because we're going to mix up an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, a softened 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and to the cream cheese you're going to add 1 cup of whipped topping. You're just going to need a small bowl of the whipped topping, and 8-ounce, and to this layer we're going to put 1 cup. And you're also going to add to this layer 1 cup of confectioner sugar, or more commonly known as powdered sugar. And then we're going to mix these up. Turn it on low so your powdered sugar doesn't go everywhere. And we'll let this blend. And this is layer number 2 to your 4-layer dessert. But you do want to let your crust cool before you put this in. So after I get this mixed, I'll be ready to make layer 3, and then we're gonna combine everything. So this is the cream cheese layer. It's really just sweet and tasty. It's gonna be mixed with the next layer of chocolate. And it's just a really quick and so good dessert. I'll show you what it looks like up close. There we go. This is the cream cheese layer, layer number 2. So I'll be back in just a few minutes with layer number 3. Well, now it's time for layer number 3. This is your chocolate layer, and it's going to take chocolate pudding. This one is the large size. You can use 2 of the smaller size if you like. And we're going to add 3 cups of milk to the chocolate pudding. And if you're using your mixer, you can use your whisk paddle to do it. But since I just used it, I didn't want to wash it yet, so I'm going to whisk this myself. So this is 1/2. There's 1 cup of milk. 1/2. This is 2 cups of milk. And then here's our last 1/3 cup of milk. There we go. And I'm just going to use my whisk and stir this until I've gotten it all mixed up really good. And this will go into our dessert on top of the cream cheese mixture. So we had layer number 1 was crust. Layer number 2 is cream cheese mixture. Layer number 3 is the chocolate pudding. And layer number 4 is the rest of your whipped topping. You remember you use 1 cup of this with your with your cream cheese. And so the very top of this will be the rest of that Cool Whip topping. So I'm going to whisk away and get this mixed up good, and then we'll come back and put all our layers together. Be right back. There's my kitty cat right over there. It's time to bring it home now and get this dessert done. So here we go. Here's our crust. Layer number 1 crust. Layer number 2 is cream cheese mixture with cream cheese, the Cool Whip, and some powdered sugar. I want to put all this into your baking dish. And remember, we baked the crust for about 15 to 20 minutes and let it cool for a few minutes before you start layering your dessert. Spread out your your cream cheese mixture all the way to the edge. This is a really pretty presentation too whenever you cut into it. It will need to be refrigerated for a little while before it'll be ready to cut, but it's a very pretty presentation. Okay, there we go. There's layer number 2. Layer number 3 is the chocolate mixture. Chocolate pudding. It should be the same. Just spread out all over your cream cheese mixture. Pour it all in and then spread it out. There's your layer number 3. Go all the way to the edge. And then we'll have layer number 4 with the last of the Cool Whip. If you wanted to have a thicker Cool Whip layer, just get you a bigger tub of Cool Whip. That's always a pretty presentation too, with a big standing, don't do like I just did and get your chocolate in your Cool Whip part. I probably could use a little more Cool Whip in this, so I would probably next time buy a larger Cool Whip so I have plenty of it to spread, because I really like for it to go all the way to the edge so that you don't see the chocolate from the top, but that's okay. If you get Cool Whip in most of the bites, then it's gonna be fine. So this is our 4-layer chocolate dessert. This is a family favorite. We love to have this, and it might become one of your family favorites. There we go. I will show you when I cut into it a little bit later how pretty it is, because you can see each layer. It's just very pretty presentation. So I'll show you that later on, but it needs to go in the refrigerator for a little while. So be back whenever it's done, completely done. See ya.